Guys, the biggest YouTuber out there, MrBeast, put his nose into the sphere where he is not competent at all, in aviation. He recorded and published this video, yeah, I'm on his channel, where he exploits a pilot, yeah, corporate pilot, but still, enriching views, money and fame. Usual stuff from MrBeast. Well, everything would be fine with that because pilot agreed, MrBeast agreed, so they may just play their beast games on YouTube. However, in this video, they really show how they neglect aviation rules, possessing threat to everyone around. Yeah, to everyone, potentially. Well, at least in United States of America, because they've flown there. So let's go and bust this video, and I'll show why FAA should put their eye close on what those big influencers are doing, especially in aviation. So the idea is to trap a pilot there, pilot who is type rated on the jet. Here he is, by the way, to hold him in the aircraft for long 100 days. And later on, he can keep this jet to fly it next, which is totally insane idea. Or the best idea is to sell it, right? Yeah, for this we need to review the parts, some of the parts of MrBeast's video.
And now the hour one of this 100-day challenge has...
You see the cockpit of this, this is the Learjet Beechcraft 800 version. It's not the new model, I would say. They have those steam gauges still and just FES instruments, so it's not a glass cockpit, even close. Even though it's old, but I would say it's kind of maintained at the same time, so the cockpit looks cozy.
Taking it for a spin.
Let's go. Let's take it for a spin.
We're about to...
And definitely pilot is type rated on this Learjet. At first I thought that this airplane could be a single pilot operation approved, but no, it's two pilot operation aircraft, so I have to have a captain and first officer. By the way, there is auxiliary power unit on this airplane.
Jet.
Don't touch the ground.
Good luck.
See you when I see.
So the idea is to keep this aircraft even flying together with a pilot, but he is not leaving the aircraft, even on the ground, in the sky. So next 100 days he is there. And this is not like fake. MrBeast is very real with his challenges. That's why his challenges are so popular. There were many participants of his show, and they definitely say that all of his videos are real. They just put some of the montage, CGI, voiceover on the videos to make them more dramatic and so on. But the challenge is the challenge. You stay 100 days on board of the airplane. And here they show the construction of the cabin of the airplane. So on the back there is a toilet. Probably it has the flush system, water system in it installed. There is also a sofa and 5 of the big armchairs, one with a table. Yeah, business jets could be comfortable compared to the economy class of the average airline just for the trip, but living there, it is not okay for human beings. No, we need a normal bed, we need rooms, environments for us to be healthy. I mean, not just physically healthy, but also mentally healthy. And just imagine the guy who spends 100 days there. It's like a prison cell with uncomfortable beds where you can barely sleep, and you'll see it in the video. Like, click original video of MrBeast and you'll see that this guy was struggling there. But idea of MrBeast is to show that there is the challenge, the guy is struggling, and we're gonna force him to fly. Fuck.
The bedroom.
Yeah, this sofa is terrible. Like, you can only sit there or maybe nap for a few minutes, but you cannot sleep good there. Just see this curve of the cushion. It's no go. You cannot sleep there normally. You need to have a flat surface. And this jet is so small that even in the aisle, you cannot sleep. You'll not fit yourself there.
Day 2. You would think this is a comfortable jet. It is not that comfortable to sleep in.
It's day...
Yeah, it was his first night. He slept on those armchairs. He declined them and he wasn't really looking great after that night. It was a very bad sleep inside the airplane. And what MrBeast decided to do, he wanted the guy to take them on the flight the next day.
video than to use his private jet for our personal gain. Yeah! Me and the boys got this.
It's so cringe, guys. As for me, but pilot agreed on that, so they traveled somewhere, you know, for the hockey game, but it wasn't for him, he stayed in a airplane. By the way, that's the toilet, but there is no freaking shower, and no one will give him the shower, I would say, for free. When I first saw this video, I was amazed, like, wow, without the shower 100 days, it's crazy. So a pilot has to use some of the wet tissues to clean himself. That was the only possible way. So this is his bed, he put some of the blankets there, and still it's not comfortable because it's not the same line. You cannot sleep there normally.
My bed is a bust. Couch really messed up my neck.
This is the only place in this airplane that I can fully stretch out.
But even that wasn't enough to make Armando comfortable.
And Beast says about it. It's not comfortable, he is sleeping very badly, he is alone in this prison cell, it's the humiliation, and no one would even care because Guy agreed on that if he wasn't flying at the same time. The challenge was including the real flight with this guy somewhere to many of the destinations on the aircraft, and then he flies the aircraft. He's not alone in a hangar somewhere any longer. No, he's participating in this big environment of the aviation operation. There are many of the airplanes flying in the airspace in congested areas. He flown to Rhode Island through New York airspace, probably many other cities, and guys, it is freaking terrible. And here MrBeast tells him that you can get $5,000 or a shower, so what would you choose? So because he couldn't walk out from the airplane, the shower was delivered in this box so he can step in this shower and take the shower. Well, he decided to take the money. So they test the guy with a required condition for every normal human being. Again, it's absolutely okay for them to have this kind of the challenge if they were not flying. If they were not flying at the same time, like they can do whatever they want. But I see it as a purposely down, worn out of the pilot, mental and physical conditions, and then releasing him for the flight.
But even with a good attitude, he still might not make it 100 days because of his horrible sleep situation.
I can't figure out how to sleep without something hurting.
It goes down and up and down and up.
This is the first day that my body is not happy with me. My workout was weak, my stomach.
So MrBeast himself told that it was a horrible situation. He said it himself, a horrible sleep situation for the guy whom they use as the pilot. He is the active captain who bears actually responsibility for the flight. They purposely degrade the pilot abilities, and it could be crucial, especially right now when we speak about Air India crash. Then probably, or maybe, there was the issue with the mental judgment of the pilot, his mind condition. This is a very important thing, guys, and this well, I don't have words for that, actually.
My stomach feels icky. I don't know that I got.
My stomach feels icky because he eats freaking aviation food, which is not... Aviation food is very bad if you eat it for a very long time. So what is this? This is not healthy. So you eat bad, you sleep bad, you are locked alone in closed environment. Everything is done to impair judgments of the pilot, his health and everything. Guys, this is outrageous. And as a person who is in the industry, at least I was there a couple of years ago, well, guys, I don't have any words. I'm honestly shocked that they still flown the airplane, and in this video they show that at the very last days he was spending in the airplane, like 80 with something days, the guy was flying. And he was really in desperate condition. Even in the prison, they have the walk in the prison yards to have some of the sunlight and everything. Here, mostly he spent the time in the hangar. In the airplane, switched on to the local ground air condition. It's crazy.
I don't know that I got a great night's sleep. Tried the couch again last night. It was a miserable failure. That middle one. That's how I'm feeling today. I'm really curious what he's gonna offer tomorrow, but I need a bed.
He needs a bed. but he flown already many of the times, you know, and well, then there is the day 19 and still there is no freaking bed. Not only this environment is very small and close and nasty, actually, if you spend lots of the time, but you don't have a normal bed. Oh, guess it is terrible.
And to thank him for the flight, I brought
And this is just after what I've showed you about his bad sleep. They flown to
Armando.
Philadelphia, probably, with MrBeast. He's psycho himself. Like, I don't care about his life, it's his choice to fly with pilot whom he humiliates. After all, pilot agreed, as I told you many of the times in this video already, but they freaking fly in the common airspace. It's like being drunk and go to drive on a public highway. Alright, pilot wasn't drunk, but imagine, like, put yourself in a tube for 100 days or for 1 month at least, and tell you, you know, drive several hundred miles somewhere. You might not be happy with that trip. But here, they fly, MrBeast is totally okay with it. Your pilot, decision maker, captain is impaired. He has no sleep or very bad sleep, and you're fine. Let's go. Our horse can do it. So what they did here, they made a special bed for a pilot, like here, very flat one, custom made, especially for those particular seats, so he can have at least a normal sleep. Still, it's not a good bed. You cannot compare it to even the shittiest hotels out there with the beds they have, but still it's something, better than 2 of the chairs. However, MrBeast didn't want to give it for safety, for his own and people around. No, he wants to make a challenge.
the offer is this custom-made inflatable bed specific.
Again, inflatable bed. Inflatable beds cannot be good at all, but still it's better than a couple of chairs.
For this plane, or I give you coordinates to a mystery crate hidden somewhere across the world, and hidden inside that crate.
So he has a choice to have this bed, which will improve his health and safety of everyone around. Airplane may fall from the sky. This is kind of the big airplane, guys. And there are lots of the stuff happening in aviation, especially this year and the end of the last year. And MrBeast, with this freaking video, he wants to open and expand the boundaries. And the pilot has 2 options, to take this bed or to take some of the mysterious present. Well, just opening you the cards. After all, pilot took the bed.
It was the first night that I've slept comfortably on this airplane.
The first night he slept comfortably, more or less, I would say, because after all, it's not a good bed. So 20th day, the first day he slept normally, but he already committed many of the flights, and still it's not good, guys. Sleeping even with this inflated bed. And Beast proposes him to exchange his bed, like to give it up, and to have some secret present. Well, the secret present was actually a Lamborghini. But judging on the pilot's reaction, he was more comfortable with the bed he has.
How was the night's sleep?
It was like sleeping on little baby clouds.
Do you think having this bed increases the probability you make it 100 days?
I know with this, my body can make it 100 days.
On the other side, though,
It's something I can feel right now. I can't fly this airplane without getting a good night's sleep.
would you?
So he tells, like, I cannot fly this airplane without having a good night's sleep, and declined the offer of MrBeast. But MrBeast doesn't care. He doesn't care if guy sleeps well or not well. He will still fly with the guy. He doesn't know that it is very important for pilot to have good sleep. Like, those are 2 most important things that you should have. Good sleep and good food. Like, you should eat and sleep. Those are the components for your successful flight, actually. If you're already an experienced pilot like this one, yeah, so you just sleep, eat good, have a good rest, sometimes walk, physical activity is good, and you're good to go. Next, your judgment and performance in the cockpit would be outstanding. That's why we have those rules in aviation. Those are written by blood. All of the rules in aviation are written by blood, actually. There are special conditions for pilots to have a good rest. And this is killing performance, health, and everything of this individual. Absolutely no go for flying. Oh my god, then people don't know this industry and they want to hype on something, on news, on money, because there are lots of the sponsors like Feastables, some other food and stuff delivery sponsor. Throughout the video, they were speaking about. So it's not just 1 or 2 times they spoke about sponsors. This video is all like a big sponsorship. So it's money, money, money. I don't have anything around. I didn't see anything. I need money, 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 money. And you put in danger everyone because this guy, he's not a pilot by the time. He's a prisoner whom you push to fly, and you don't want to improve his conditions. You want to deteriorate those because, oh, the guy will have Lamborghini, but he will sleep, somewhere on a chair. Haha. But let's fly with him tomorrow.
But being away from his family wasn't the only thing weighing on Armando.
The walls are starting to cave in a little bit. It's starting to feel real tight in here.
A little claustrophobic.
Oh, godly. Not a whole lot of room in a private jet. This is what prison is like. There's only...
Yes, that is what prison is like. They put the guy in a very terrible... Like, my longest time that I spent on the airplane was 40 with something hours, and it was because of the COVID. We delivered some of the medical aid, and I spent lots of the time on the apron on board of the airplane. It was more than 24 hours, then we flown back. So totally 46, I guess, hours on board of the airplane. And it was terrible. But we had to deliver the crucially needed medicine for local hospitals, for them to take care and fight with COVID by the time people were just dying. And there were no passengers on board. Our airplanes were converted into temporary freighters to deliver those goods. But at the same time, we had like lots of the pilots. So yeah, you spend lots of the time on board, but you have lots of the pilots, at least 3 crew sets. So 6 pilots, some sleep, some fly. Here, 2 pilot rated airplane with a prisoner pilot in charge. Prisoner because he is imprisoned inside this jet. I bet he hates that airplane. I would hate the airplane if I would stuck there for 100 days. It's not good, guys, at all. Based on my experience, it's terrible. Yeah, captain here cannot perform his abilities, being trapped on the airplane without the proper sleep.
I'm still alone. When Jimmy and the team come on board and we get to go somewhere, those are the only times that I really get to have fun in here.
It made sense that he was getting lonely. You see, every video where a contestant stays for a long time, eventually the isolation starts to eat at them. And that's why when Armando had
He's alone in a prison cell. His mind degrades, his abilities, his conditions, physical conditions as well. What is happening out there with the YouTubers, it shouldn't be like that at all. And as a guy, as a pilot, I still have my license, airline pilot license, but my last flight on Boeing was 3.5 years ago, but still, I'm in aviation flying smaller planes. Guys, this shouldn't be happening. Absolutely. Again, just recall the crashes. Recall the Washington, D.C., where it was probably pilot's mistake. We're still waiting for the final investigation report, but yeah, it seems like it was a mistake. It's a big mistake to chase money, views, and fame in aviation industry, exploiting people not knowing at all about aviation, how it works. So from day 80, they sent him to fly to 10 of the destinations. So guy flies every day, from what I understood, like almost every day. He even put like a couple of the flights per day. By the time he was not in a good state, I would say. He might say, yeah, I was in a good state. He will tell you it now, after he won this airplane. But the reality is different, and I already showed you in this video that he wasn't in good conditions at all. He was trapped in a tube for long, 100 days, and they wanted him to fly safely, even with other pilots on board, because it's, again, 2-pilot operation airplane. This is no-go. This is absolute no-go.
And then this happened.
Uh-oh, what's that? Well, that's not good.
So they fly and they had some of the malfunction there. This is the APU control panel. So it seems like they started APU, I guess. And here we have the warning. It looks like the air brake is on. It seems like this lamp is air brake on, as far as I know, those Learjets, but I don't know what is this on this annunciator. Maybe Mac trim inoperative. Looks like Mac trim inop. It's not a significant failure, you just lower your airspeed and that's it. But actually they were flying, guys. Here we have the altitude 36,000 feet, the flight level 360. So not only he is tired mentally and physically, but he has to deal with some of the failures on board, right? So that's what I'm telling you about, guys.
Another 100 days on this plane for $500,000.
It's not enough for MrBeast. He wanted to push even further. $500,000 for you, my friend. Be more dirty without the shower, be more mentally ill, and continue to fly the airplane. Deliver what you deliver. Some of the goods, advertisement, yeah, I'm gonna put me here. DoorDash delivery, yeah, so fly. DoorDash delivery, which is using the pilot's prisoners. Pilot prisoner, yeah, it's a new term could be for it. Yeah, what can I tell even about the guy who wears the pilot jacket with the shorts? My friends, I hope you get me right, and I want you to share this video, I don't know, on Twitter and everywhere, just for people to see the reality of this industry of YouTube. And yeah, YouTube is great. You can approach it from different ways, and this way of chasing views and everything, I wonder then you reach some ceiling, you want more hype, more everything. And in many of the spheres, it's pretty much okay. You can purchase your own rancho and demolish there everything you want, lock people in the airplanes if they would agree on that. Absolutely fantastic, do it. But here in common airspace, it's like it. Again, I compare with a highway, very busy highway in a city with many cars, many kids, many babies, and everyone out there who might be harmed because of the actions. Aviation is very sensitive. Every small mistake could lead to a huge disaster. And the MrBeast seems like doesn't understand it at freaking all. Guys, that's it for today. Ciao.